Mr. Transformers 96 here with another video review. This time we're going to be talking about a newly shown Hot Toys figure, and it is from Spider-Man Far From Home. It's the Spider-Man Stealth version suit. So this is quite exciting. So we're starting to get into the Far From Home line. They showed a figure last week, which was kind of a promo edition figure, essentially a stripped down version of the Homecoming suit. There's the very standard classic Spider-Man suit, less accessories than the Homecoming version came with though, and it comes out pretty soon. I was actually kind of interested in that. I didn't pick up a Spider-Man from Homecoming. Even though I originally had planned to, and I even had it on pre-order for a while, I ended up canceling it, and I was considering getting this new one, but it sold out very fast, actually. It was a promo edition, so it must have been a very limited edition at that. But now we're getting some of the suits from the new film. He wears quite a few new suits in this new film, and I will be making a separate video after this, just kind of discussing the line in general. So although there was also another Spider-Man figure shown today at an event, his new upgraded version that's the black and red one. So that's been shown, but I'm not going to be talking about it in this video. I'm going to make a separate video discussing that. But overall, let's go over this new stealth version suit. This is obviously his most unique suit from the new suits in the film, because he does wear his classic suit, his Iron Spider-Man suit, which he's been wearing in Infinity War and Endgame, this new stealth version, and then a new upgraded version, which is the black and red. So he's got 4 suits in this new movie. 2 of them are new and exclusive to this film. I doubt we'll ever see the suit again, so this is something that's going to be very unique to Far From Home, I assume. But let's get into the actual figure here. So the figure looks quite nice. Going over the actual sculpt itself, does not come with a Tom Holland head sculpt. You get a little bit of Tom Holland underneath it with the fact that the goggles can flip up. And when we get a nice picture of that, I'll discuss that. But overall, I think that the suit itself is simplistic. It's armored. It almost is like a SWAT version of Spider-Man. Like if a SWAT guy got bit by a spider, like I would imagine this would be a suit. It's interesting. I kind of like it. I would certainly not like it if it was the main suit in a movie, but for a fun sequence, which this suit, it seems like the suit is only going to be used in the Molten Man fight. That's the only place that we've seen it in the trailer, at least. Well, actually, we do see some on-set photos when they filmed a scene. Actually, the first scene that we see with Mysterio, or the first shot of Mysterio that we ever saw, was him wearing this suit. So he's gonna probably just the end of the movie he'll be wearing this suit, I would assume, or possibly in the middle, and then the end of the movie will be the red and black one. But it's a unique looking suit. There's not a ton of different similar suits to this in the comics. His noir suit is probably the closest to it, but I think that this is definitely a lot different than the noir one, just based on the fact that this looks a little bit more militaristic than that one. But it looks neat. It does have some paneling. But it's all just black. It has a little bit of different textures with the armored portions of it. It looks like the articulation is pretty decent, or at least they're getting it in some good poses. I've noticed that around the thighs, it looks like there's some restrictions there, just because in some of the poses, it looks like the clothing it doesn't meld very well. It looks like it's really being stressed right here. Sometimes it looks like the pants go down too far just because of how he's folded. So that's not a problem that's exclusive to this figure. I've seen it on other Hot Toys figures, but it does look like this one does have it as well. When he's just standing, though, it's not an issue. It's when you start getting him in poses, particularly the more extreme poses, that you do start to notice a little bit of the fabric not moving supernaturally. So like right here, like it looks like he has a very elongated torso because of how far down the fabric goes. It should be cut up a little bit further, actually. But yeah, overall looking decent. With the goggles up, you can definitely see Tom Holland underneath it, like you can see his eyes, and it actually looks like Tom Holland, it really does. I don't know if he just has quite unique eyes or what, but you can definitely tell it's him underneath it. Having a Tom Holland head sculpt would be cool, but it seems like they're trying to save that for the black and red version. They'll probably do a new Tom Holland head sculpt. Maybe they'll just reuse the Homecoming one, but I could see them doing a new one, and they're just kind of saving it for the new suit, because obviously the promo Edition Spider-Man suit, as well as the Stealth one, do not come with the Tom Holland head sculpt. But overall, he looks quite nice. The big accessory that's unique with this is the Molten Man base. This is going to be exclusive to the deluxe version, so you're able to buy just a standard one or one with this base. I think that this is an extremely cool base. I'm definitely liking it a lot. The sculpt in the actual base itself looks great. This actually isn't a base designed by Hot Toys. This is the first time they've done a collaboration with Hive Studios apparently to design this base, and it looks great. It really does. It definitely looks like it's Hot Toys quality. I'd love to see it without the lights on, to see if it's still this impressive looking, but the light effect in it is just super cool. It looks fantastic. Obviously, he's screaming, he's got his hand out, and you can pose Spider-Man in unique poses where he's almost being grabbed by Molten Man, which I think is very cool. It does have an LED effect to it, and it has two different modes. You can just have it on like this, where it's just the lights are on, and then you can have a pulsating light effect, almost like it's breathing, which is very cool. I must say, I definitely like that quite a bit. This base looks awesome. I do not plan to get the figure, but I definitely want this base. I don't think I'll be able to get it just because I doubt many people will be selling the base on its own, and if they are, it'll probably be very expensive, but I do very much like the base. But just going over the what you get with the figure, he's pretty minimalistic. You get the actual figure itself, you get a slew of hands that are your basic hands for a Spider-Man figure, you get some webbing effects that are pretty basic, and then you get a few different interchangeable eyepieces. One's squinting, one's a little bit wider, and then one's the full eyepiece. So, you get just your basics with this guy, especially if you're buying the regular edition one. It's super basic because then the base is just extremely standard, but with this exclusive deluxe one, you do get the more interesting and intricate base with it, at least. At the time of filming this, he has not gone on pre-order, so I can't discuss the price, but I assume that it'll be, I would guess that the standard version, I would hope it would be around 130, or sorry, 230, just because it's really minimalistic. I think that it could be even less than that, or at least I would price it less than that, but I would guess that Hot Toys will put it at 230, and then this more deluxe one, I could see at like 265 maybe. We'll have to see though. The release date is set between the 3rd and 4th quarters of 2020, so definitely is going to be coming out in quite some time, over a year, which is definitely disappointing. But yeah, overall looking like a nice figure and definitely a good addition to the new Spider-Man Far From Home line. I definitely am excited for some more of the figures that can be shown, especially ones that aren't Spider-Man himself. I'm dying for a Mysterio figure. But yeah, stay tuned for my video talking about some upcoming Hot Toys figures from Far From Home, and then the ones that I'd like to see as well. And thanks so much for watching.